Only one person out of 100 bystanders called the police. I know we have all seen those extremely disturbing videos of the people that were beat up by the mob outside of a music fest in Cincinnati.
So Victoria Parks, the councilwoman in Cincinnati, believes that the individual who had his head stomped by a mob of males should be arrested as well.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all of the love and support. It's very humbling that you have sent your prayers, your blessings. It's definitely what's keeping me going, and you have just brought back faith in humanity. So God bless you all, and thank you. I appreciate everything that you're doing for me and my family. It's been very, very hard, and I'm still recovering. I still have a very bad brain trauma. And thank you, everyone.
Only one person out of 100 bystanders called the police. I know we have all seen those extremely disturbing videos of the people that were beat up by the mob outside of a music fest in Cincinnati. We watched as a man got punched in the face and in the back of the head, and as he was down, the mob thought it was a great idea and that it was great entertainment to take these flying leaps onto his body as he was trying to get up. A woman who stepped in to try to stop it, she got punched in the face and in the back of the head. And when she was knocked unconscious, the mob just stood there and laughed. And I have heard that the first guy that got attacked, that he was the one that initiated the confrontation. And I'm not condoning that at all. But I think, and I hope we can all agree, there's a huge difference between a typical tough guy fight in a parking lot versus an entire mob of people who were all too ready to jump in and start beating up total strangers for no reason. Like it's the most entertaining thing that they could be doing on a Saturday night. This is what happens when dehumanizing language becomes a normal part of life. When you start seeing people as their skin color, as their sexuality, or as their gender, you stop seeing them as a human being. Become the kind of person that will join in a mob to beat up people you know nothing about, or you're the kind of person that will watch and cheer for it and do nothing about it because you've been programmed to determine their value based on what they look like. But despite what the modern narrative has told you, making those choices has nothing to do with all of these superficial traits. You're doing it because you want to be evil, and you were just waiting for somebody to give you an excuse to act that way.
Morning. My father told me two things. One, never hit a man and not expect to get hit back. And two, the first hit from a man should be their last. What made you think that you could slap this black man and it was going to be okay? What made you think slapping that black man at the jazz fest, well, after the jazz fest, and you was just going to walk away with your chest stuck out? Nah, they beat your ass and now y'all want to call it was racial, or 10 of them shouldn't have jumped on him. How about he shouldn't have never hit him? How about that? How about he should have kept his fucking hands to himself, and then there wouldn't have been a problem? Because, see, I don't know if they were brothers, first cousins, whatever, but I'm for sure they parents told them, you fight one, you fight them all. And that's what happened. You got your ass beat because you thought it was okay to slap this black man in front of his friends and family. Nah, dude, you don't get a pass for that. You got your ass beat. Suck it up and keep on moving. And people like, oh, 10 of them shouldn't have jumped him. Oh, yeah, he should have kept his hands in his fucking pockets. How about that? How about he should have kept his hands to himself? It's one thing you and him arguing. Y'all going back and forth. But you thought that it was okay to slap someone? Are you kidding me? Let me tell you, my grandfather told me years ago, you don't let nobody slap you, throw a drink in your face, and damn sure don't spit on you. and he slapped him and he got his ass beat. Done deal. But in the meantime, put some ice on it. You'll be okay. And have a good day.
There's been a lot that's happened with the Cincinnati Brawl that happened downtown next to the music festival on July 26th. Downtown at 4th and Elm Street, captured in viral video showing a man and woman brutally attacked. Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa TG called it cruel and unacceptable, and 6 people have now been charged with felonious assault and aggravated rioting. 4 of them are in custody: Montañez Merriweather, Dakira Vernon, Jermaine Matthews, and a 4th unnamed suspect, while 2 others are being sought. Merriweather and Matthews allegedly coordinated the attack, with video evidence showing them targeting victims, while Vernon allegedly jumped in, punching a woman trying to help. Bonds range from $100,000 to $500,000, and the investigation continues with more arrests expected. The woman named Holly, who was a single mom who was assaulted in the brawl, has become a focal point. Ohio gubernatorial candidate Vivek Ramaswamy spoke with her, slamming the lack of police presence that night. He's hosting a town hall on August 4th to address safety concerns, joined by former Vice Mayor Chris Smitherman. Meanwhile, the fundraiser for Holly, raised by Benny Johnson, has reached nearly $150,000. The controversy doesn't stop there. Mayor Avtab Purvo, who's been on vacation, condemned the violence, saying this is not who we are as a city, and insists arrests are forthcoming. But he's facing backlash for downplaying the claims of motives, despite federal officials like Harmeet Dillon suggesting hate crime laws could apply. Chief TG also caught flack for noting only 1 911 call had been made despite 100 onlookers, prompting criticism from mayoral candidate Corey Bowman, who's J.D. Vance's half-brother, by the way, who claims a caller was dismissed by dispatch. Adding fuel to the fire, Councilmember Victoria Park sparked outrage with a Facebook comment saying the victims begged for that beatdown, drawing condemnation from Purval and council members. The city's now under scrutiny, with Ohio Governor Mike DeWine sending state highway patrol to assist local police. And I could even say, being in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky since then, the police presence has risen a lot. Some locals, like business owners near Love nightclub, are calling the brawl a hate crime and pointing to ongoing crowd control issues. Chief TG plans to release more footage next week. Questions remain about what sparked the fight. But one thing for sure, we know exactly the result of the fight. It really does show cultural tendencies, whether you want to admit it or not. But it's good to see hundreds and thousands of dollars raised for Holly and her family as she took that beat down from those absolute thugs.
On the video, he said, "You want to mess with these Russians?" And he smacked the first guy, but it wasn't like they thugs. My child is in school. He had 5 kids. He's on the B honor roll in school. And he's not the thug that they put out in there to be.
Now, if you remember, Chief Terry Thigi said that anyone who used their hands to intend harm will be facing consequences no matter what side of the fight. So we will be looking out for more arrests.
So Victoria Parks, the councilwoman in Cincinnati, believes that the individual who had his head stomped by a mob of males should be arrested as well. Now again, this woman is entitled to her opinion. However, it scares me because she holds public office and this is her thinking. But it's not far from the rest of them in these liberal-run cities. I mean, think about the logic in that. You have individuals who get into a fight, and one of which is jumped by multiple individuals and nearly stomped to unaliving, and you want to also arrest the victim. Regardless of how it started, nobody deserves to get beat by a bunch of individuals, males, while it's recorded and stomped until they're unconscious. I mean, at that point, the rules of mutual combat kind of goes out the window. But to have Miss Victoria Parks, the councilwoman of Cincinnati, come out and defend the aggressors is insane to me. I mean, just a couple of days ago, they had a press conference where the city officials bashed the Vice President, J.D. Vance, and others for even giving their opinion on the situation. And to be honest with you, I believe if that video didn't go viral, I think that incident would have been swept under the rug just because who the aggressors were and what they looked like.
You know that viral video that's been going around of that beating that took place after the festival in Cincinnati? Well, check this out. This woman right here is Victoria Parks, and she is the president pro tem of the Cincinnati City Council. She's been on the City Council since 2022. And this right here is a comment that she made on a video of that beating. A video, by the way, I can't even watch. It is so bad. a grown man sucker punches a middle-aged woman. Another man is being attacked, kicked, beaten. Both of these people get knocked out. 5 people have been arrested, but this is what the president pro tem of the Cincinnati City Council has to say. She commented on this video and said, "They begged for that beatdown. I'm grateful for the whole story." Excuse me, what? Yes, this is her right here. And on the website, it says, Victoria Parks, a Cincinnati City Council member since 2022, previously served as Chief of Staff and then Commissioner for Todd Portune, championing initiatives like declaring racism as a public health crisis and establishing Juneteenth as a paid holiday in Hamilton County. With a background in both nonprofit and government roles, shocker, including at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center and Women's Crisis Center, she has a lifelong commitment to community service and advocacy for underserved communities. Seems like a super champion for women to me. Go watch that video. Let me know what you think. Make sure you follow, like, comment, save, and share. And for all things politics, I'm your girl.